All right, Commanders, welcome to the briefing. Now, this isn't about gut feelings or, counting cars in the car park. This is about establishing operational control. We're going to move you beyond guesswork and turn your data into a precision scope. Right then, let's get to it.
And that really is the core of the mission, isn't it? For far too long, businesses have been firing expensive marketing rounds completely into the dark. While today, we install the night vision. The objective is simple. Stop shooting blind and start confirming every single hit.
So, here's our operational plan. We'll start by ceasing all blind firing. Then we'll calibrate our scope and analyze the battlefield. From there, it's all about controlled iteration until we achieve mission success. It's 5 phases, designed to take you from a defensive position to one of, market dominance. So pay attention.
Right. First things first. We really need to understand why the old ways just aren't fit for purpose anymore. I mean, in a digital market, your visibility is constantly being challenged, and every single pound you spend has to be accounted for. A full car park is, of course, absolutely cracking to see. But let's be honest, as an intelligence metric, it's about as useful as a chocolate teapot. It tells you absolutely nothing about profitability, acquisition cost, or customer loyalty. So we're moving from anecdotes to analytics, from feelings to facts.
So, the crucial point is this. We're implementing a formal doctrine. Operational fire control isn't about generating pretty dashboards to show your mates down the pub. No, it's a system for adjustment, for direction, and for control. It provides the certainty you need to deploy your capital with real confidence. Right, on to Section 2. Now, before you can effectively engage any targets, you have to zero your scope. This means defining and tracking the actions that actually generate revenue for you, what we call your confirmed hits. So what are they? A click isn't a target. A like, well, that certainly isn't a target. We need to focus exclusively on the actions that directly translate into revenue in the bank. Simple as that. Now, pay attention to the clarity this provides. These are your primary targets. A confirmed booking, well, that's the bullseye, the ultimate metric for calculating your cost per acquisition. The others, form submissions, calls, e-commerce sales, they're all high-value signals of intent. Each and every one must be logged and attributed. So how do we track these hits? With this clever bit of kit, the pixel. Just think of it as a spotter. When a booking is made, it fires a signal back to HQ, Google, Meta, what have you, and tells their AI to go find more people just like that customer. So it doesn't just measure your results, it actively improves them. Okay, scopes calibrated, now for Section 3. With intelligence flowing in, your next task is to interpret it correctly. This means learning to distinguish between what is just meaningless battlefield noise and what are genuine, actionable signals. And this is a point that frankly cannot be overstated. Drowning in data is just as bad as having none at all. Your job is to extract the critical intelligence that dictates your next move. Here's the difference. A sudden traffic spike on a Saturday because someone mentioned you on Facebook? That's noise. It's interesting, maybe, but ultimately it's a distraction. But a consistent month-over-month increase in your organic search traffic? Now that is a signal. It proves your strategy is working, and it tells you where to fortify your position. You see, reacting to noise leads to chaos. Acting on signals, that leads to victory.
These are the 4 signals that truly matter. Conversion rate, that measures your website's efficiency. Cost per acquisition tells you how much it costs to get one booking. Return on ad spend shows your direct profitability from ads. And customer lifetime value. Well, that tells you what a customer is truly worth over time. These are the metrics of a professionally run operation.
And this really illustrates the power of acting on the right signals. A large retailer identified a bottleneck where customers were dropping off. They changed a single button from register to continue as guest. The result? An extra $300 million in revenue. Not a bad day's work for changing one word, is it? It just shows the immense financial impact of small, data-driven adjustments. Which brings us neatly to Section 4, taking action. Intelligence is useless if it doesn't inform your tactics. This phase is all about making small, deliberate, and measured adjustments to continuously improve your accuracy.
This is what we call the doctrine of refinement. It's a simple, continuous loop. You identify the weakest link in your chain, an ad, a web page, you form a theory on how to fix it, and critically, you implement only one change at a time. Then you measure. If it works, you scale it. If it doesn't, you revert and try again. No sweeping changes, no guesswork.
Let's look at a practical example.
In Google Ads, just changing the display URL to be more relevant has been shown to increase the click-through rate by over 10%. That's a tiny data-informed edit that costs nothing but yields a significant improvement in performance. That's controlled iteration in action.
So, let's move to the debrief. By completing these operations, by making data your scope, you achieve a fundamental shift in how you run your business. You move from guessing to knowing.
And these are the strategic gains. You get operational certainty, your actions become intentional, your budget is preserved and deployed with absolute precision, and most importantly, with every week and every controlled iteration, your aim gets better and better.
And this is your final piece of strategic doctrine. Stop looking at what the competition is doing. I know they might be a bit of a bother, but their data is not your data. What works for them could be a catastrophic failure for you. Your performance, your intelligence, that is your one true compass.
You see, this mission provides the infrastructure for everything that follows. You now have the tools to command your market with strategic certainty. The high ground has been secured. Your next objective is to hold it. Mission complete.